Welcome back to a new video. So I'm going to skip posting tomorrow's workout. So this was one that I did on Thursday at the house, and you'll kind of see why. Nothing really bad happened. It's actually a really good session, but because of how intense this one was, the next day session was just not as good as I would have hoped, but it was also kind of to be expected. So this day, instead of doing bottom up front squats, I modified this to back squats, and the big reason I wanted to do back squats in lieu of fronts or front pauses or anything is to allow kind of that tightness in my back to dissipate a bit, because back squats don't bother that area at all. It's really just holding it into the front squats where I've noticed that sometimes it will get that spasmy thing. But I had doubles today, and it was actually starting here at 190. I think originally it was 187, but I was building more confidence with them. I haven't really done a lot of heavy back squats in this technique block, so I would think for the first two was really just kind of getting the feel of the technique of it, and then I was able to jump up to 205 here, and I was pleasantly surprised that the double went well, and then I was actually able to take a jump up to 220 for a single where I tried to do a double, which would have been I'm pretty sure lifetime PR. I feel like I might have done that before at some point, but certainly not anytime soon. And I know I've done 215 for a double before, but I don't think I've done 220. Maybe not, but it would have been really nice to be able to do it on this day. Fortunately, just wasn't there, but hopefully in the next competition block I'll be starting, it will be able to be there. Had some clean pulls after at 220 as well. The next day of training, the reason that it isn't really that interesting is I got up to 110. I missed it a couple times just because I was too fatigued, and then I did some just pressing out of the rack. So it was a really short session anyway, but it was just from the fatigue, as you can see from that squat. I had a ton of fatigue from that, where I kind of, it's hard to really describe, but like that red splotchiness that sometimes you'll get after a really heavy lift on like your skin. I had it actually on my forehead, which is funny, but like when you're really light and really white like I am, you kind of get those little like red splotches after a really heavy session, and I actually had it on my forehead, so that's a pretty easy visual indicator that you're quite fatigued. But it wasn't from the pulls. Pulls were easy, and I'm glad they didn't bother my back either. But with all that fatigue, the next day of training didn't go well. I'm hoping that the Saturday session I'm able to go pretty heavy, since I try to be pretty conservative on the Friday after snatches didn't go well and just did some bodybuilding work. But I suppose we'll see. But that's it for this one. Talk to you all in the next video. Peace.